great, great work. So, without any further ado, Ryan McConnachie, my old friend.
From the very beginning, I knew I wanted to be a writer. In my unfortunate attitude about advertising, that wound me up on the, or I wound up on the floor of the Forgotten Men, which is a place they had upstairs where you'd be banished to, essentially. It had a phone and a desk. Now that was it. And and hopefully you'd have the good taste to leave eventually. They wouldn't have to turn the lights on for you. I saw a panel cartoon, which is about 2 by 2 inches, and I realized it said more in that 2 by 2 inches than I did in 30 pages. They asked me, "Do you write?" And I said, "Of course I write." And I would have said yes to, like, can you land a stealth bomber on it? So I got the position of being the editor of the radio show for a while anyway. Now we're using a different radio show, but that's the same if we could hear that.
Fell seriously ill.
Okay.
The only person they could find who knew the material was a German POW. A Moment in Time now presents that 1944 performance of Adolf and Costello.
Look, Abbott, if you're the coach, you must know all the players.
Ja.
Well, you know, I never met the guys, so you'll have to tell me their names, and then I'll know who's playing on the team.
Okay, ich sage sicher dir die Namen, aber Spieler heute aber komische Namen.
That's what I want to find out.
Okay, lass uns mal sehen, woran die Sachen stehen. Wer ist am ersten, was ist am zweiten, eigentlich nicht, ist am dritten.
Are you the manager?
Ja.
You're going to be the coach too?
Ja.
You know the fellow's name?
Ich so.
Who's on first?
Ja.
I mean the fellow's name?
Wer?
The guy on first.
Wer?
The first baseman.
Wer?
The guy playing first.
Wer ist am ersten?
I'm asking you who's on first.
Das ist sein Name.
That's whose name?
Ja.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Das ist.
That's who?
Ja.
Look, you got a first baseman?
Sicherlich.
Who's playing first?
Das ist richtig.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Jeder Dollar.
All I'm trying to find out is the fellow's name on first base.
Wer?
Who gets the money?
Kriegt es, jeder Dollar. Manchmal kommt seine Frau herunter und nimmt es mit.
Who's what?
Wer?
Our story now.
The first piece that I had on the show was about, the premise was, there was great overcrowding in all the prisons in the state. So the state decided, if you take a prisoner or two into your home, lock them up, we'll give you a break on your tax. So this family had Garrett Morris living in that hall closet, and Bellucci was under the stairway, and Aykroyd was up in the linen closet. And I woke up, like the night before it played, I woke up and said, "There's something wrong with it," and I don't know what it is exactly, because I'm not. This is my first time at this thing, but something's wrong, and I realized there's no place for the audience to laugh. They need a release to know what to do. I mean, you maybe have heard that story about a comedy tonight. They ran the play without that line, and nobody thought it was funny. They put the line in, and everyone thought the play was funny. So I realized that worked. I actually put some jokes in, which I was always opposed to putting jokes in. So the show, the dress rehearsal began, and it just plays to dead air. Nothing. It's not a peep in the audience. I don't know. I went up to the producer's office, and he looks at me, "Brian, well, what do we do?" And I'm like, "This is television. Why do I don't know. This is your." So, but the director said, he said a curious thing. He said, "I trust it." And so, what I found out later, and they all knew, and I did not, was the performers will take it much slowly. They move through the piece on a slower pace. That way they can feel where the jokes are, they can feel where the emphasis should be, they can feel this. And that's what was happening. So that when it played on air, there was a huge surge of energy, and you really felt as people loved it. I got a call one time from a woman I had just been introduced to. Her name is Juliet Taylor, and most important movies that are made in New York are cast by Juliet Taylor. She called me up and asked me would I audition for Woody Allen. okay. And he walked up to me, it's a dark room, and he looked at my feet, and he looked up, and he stopped at my belt buckle, and then just walked away like that. And I said, thank you. But I got a call back, said, if we can get Blythe Danner to be your wife, we'll hire you for the husband role. And that's what happened. And I realized in this, here I was, plucked out of a rather mundane existence at that time. Now I'm in a Woody Allen movie. I'm married to Blythe Danner. Woody Allen's my director. I'm playing a character who's stinking rich and lives in a penthouse apartment on the East River. But Monday I'm back to taking out the garbage.
Did your friend write anything for Andy Kaufman, or was he all his own?
He was on his own. He came in. He did a thing though that it was, if you remember this, it was called whenever I hear a yodel, I just have to play the bongos. Something like that. Yodeling and bongos. My body started to shake. It just got to me. It didn't reach my head yet, and I was just shaking with this laughter of he had all the black guys in the band playing these bongos and yodeling. That if you ever want to open a roadside restaurant and not have Hell's Angels drop in around 3 o'clock for afternoon tea, hang geraniums all on the wall.
That's a hot tip.
Monday nights the writers would pitch their ideas. It happened on Monday night. And I can tell you categorically, it is the coldest meat locker room in existence.
To each other.
Huh?
They pitch it to each other.
No, they pitch it to the producer, who sits at a little desk, like it's a little Canadian desk, like a teacher's desk, of a very underfunded schoolhouse. And you pitch your ideas to him, but you're also pitching to the other writers who don't want your stuff to get on the air, so their stuff can get on the air. So this is the atmosphere that you.
Starbuck angrier than he is already.
Come on, what's with Starbuck anyway?
It's not Starbuck, it's Ahab. When he takes his walk, no one's supposed to be around.
Yeah, why is that, Mr. Starbuck?
Oh, I don't know. He started acting this way ever since that enormous thing bit his leg off. But orders are orders. So everyone clear this deck. Keep pushing. Oh, here he comes. I better get out of here, too.
Doyle Murray?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh.
Anybody home? Typical. Every time I come on deck, there's never a soul around. I don't have enough problems of my own. Now my own crew hides for me. And on this, all days. Today is my birthday. I've turned 63. When they're in their birthday, don't dream about me. Ahab, they'll ask you, who's he? I'm the unhappiest man at sea. When he bit my leg off, I'm certain Moby knew that in my pants I kept my money. Now the mortgage payment on my ship is due. When I lose my vessel, 2 bankers in town, I'll sink and I guess I'll most probably drown.